All right, we are live. Hi, everybody. Nicole here with Celbotics and Repairs First Association. Of course, we are live Wednesday, 2 p.m. every week. Here's Tony. There we go. I was holding out for you, man. I really, really was. Like, I was calling him. I was messaging him. He's got to be here.
What did I...
We want Tony on every call because he has so much value to add. So we're forcing him to get on every call now, just in case you guys didn't know.
I think
you got him chained to the desk.
From 9 a.m. or 8:30 a.m. until now, my phone did not stop.
Man, I know how it's been. It's been a crazy day today. It's been a crazy day today.
Yeah.
So I'm going to go around the room and let everybody introduce themselves. We do have a couple of new faces on, so excited to talk about that. But Ahmed, you want to go first?
Yes, this is Ahmed Abu Sharbain. I'm the CEO and founder of Uplock Social and Unlimited Prepaid Distribution. I can help you with prepaid needs and social media and digital marketing needs and sales training to crush it and make more money. Let's do it.
Let's do it. All right, Dustin.
Hey, everyone. Dustin Knight here, local shop owner here in Utah and Vegas. And finally, a multi-shop owner instead of just being mobile. And
congratulations.
Congratulations.
Thanks to these expos, but also you might see me at the expos filming and stuff like that. So
yes,
YouTube stuff.
We're so glad that you could be here, Dustin. I know you don't normally go live, but we really wanted to invite you because this topic we are talking about is ROI on going to an expo, how to leave your shop, give them some tips. And we felt like you were a prime person to really have on here and to help us out, give these store owners some tips. So, all right, Tony, your turn.
Hey, everyone. Tony Baker from GSM Warehouse. We are a preferred vendor for bringing your own devices or pre-owned certified devices, unlocked devices located in Florida. Been in the industry for over 10 years in the wholesale industry and been in this industry since 2008. That's 14, 15 years with a background from cell phone repair shops and currently also own cell phone repair shops. So I'll get as close to you as I can with knowledge.
Mm-hmm. Awesome. Thank you for being here, Tony. Everybody loves hearing from you. You always have so much to offer. All right. And we have Dima, who, mind-blowing, the dedication. He's here. We're going to talk about where he's from, but he is representing Mr. Fix-It Cell Phone and Computer Repair. They're a franchise, and they're actually going to be at the expo and have a booth and talk to you about converting or even owning one of their franchises. Dima, do you want to tell a little bit about yourself and what you guys do?
Hi, everybody. My name is Dima, and I've been working in the industry for 5 years, and with Mr. Fix about 2.5. And we opened our first shop back in 2015, and then we've been growing. During the whole period of growing, we had quite a lot of victories and defeats. We can tell with pleasure about our great experience. Now we have 10 locations. Now we have started to provide licensing program, and I would love to answer any questions you got.
Awesome. Thank you for being here. And where are you right now?
In Kyiv.
In Kyiv.
Ukraine.
Yes.
That's some dedication. Okay.
That's what I was gonna say. I'm gonna dig deep on that subject later.
We are. We're gonna talk to Jeremy and then we're gonna dig deep back on that. Okay. Go ahead, Jeremy.
Hi, I'm Jeremy Kwiatkowski. We've been in the cell phone and wireless business since 1992, and too many years for me to even add up at this point. So thank you for having me here. I'm also the Gadget Director of the Gadget Repair Expo and the CEO of Repairs First. And some of you may formerly know me as the founder and ex-CEO of CPR Cell Phone Repair. So glad to be involved. Thank you for everybody taking part here.
Yes, thank you, Jeremy. Yeah, so this live is put on by the Gadget Repair Expo. So you guys have to understand, every week that we go live, we pull people together. This is brought to you by the Gadget Repair Expo. That, you know, it's just awesome. And the goal is to help shop owners take it to the next level. So we're going to talk about the ROI on an expo. Who wants to start? Who wants to Ahmed, you want to kind of lead this off?
Well, you know, there's this is what I tell everybody about the expos and the trade shows. What made me who I am right now is going to trade shows and meeting the right people, connecting with the leading people, leaders, icons, people that you look up to, and you see them and you hear their voice, you know, on social media, and that's when you go and connect with them and everybody around them, so you can bring some ideas and new ideas to your shop. A lot of the people I say, I'm sorry, I can't make it this year. I can't have time to someone to fill in for me at work or financially. It's jump in a plane, come over, get your ticket, join everybody there, join the winners. This is going to reshape your life in the future. These trade shows are not just for fun; it's for knowledge and fun. So make sure that you guys come over there. It's important that to invest in your business and learn and listen to people like in this panel over here. We're gonna have about 50 times this many people that they have
Right.
experience and they can help you. So make sure you're
People they
there,
haven't
guys.
even met. People they haven't even met. Like we have
Listen,
people that we haven't even met yet, you know?
yes, we have Dima. Am I saying your name right, Dima?
Yeah.
Yeah.
From Kiev. He made sure that he's on the call. I know in his heart he wish he was there in the expo so he can see us in person and meet with us. But we love to see you, man. I'm glad that you made it to the call. This is the dedication, commitment, and I respect that. Yeah, I take my hat for you, man.
Right. Okay, great. All right. Dustin, so you want to touch on this a little bit? I mean, you've had a great, you know, turnaround with your business since the last expo.
Yeah. I've been in the business for probably 20 years. I've had, when I was a kid, a bunch of jobs, and I was always getting fired because I was telling my bosses what to do. That was a bad. So anyways, my family was all into being an entrepreneur, and so I decided to be an entrepreneur, and I've kept on failing and kept on trying and kept on failing and kept on trying, and that's why I only have 2 stores. That and dealing with autism and ADD and all that stuff, and I just couldn't really put it all together. I was just missing important pieces. And when I started going to the expo, all those pieces, the puzzle pieces started coming together and started, you know, fitting right. I'm like, oh, you know, I should do this and I should do that instead of keep on doing this, because sometimes I can be like, oh, no, this is the right way. I know what I'm doing. And when you have these experts in these other fields and you're like, no, this is the better way to do it. So going to the expo has increased my sales greatly because of the connections I make and the learning I can do through Gadget Repair Expo.
Yeah, thank you so much. Yeah, we appreciate that. I mean,
Absolutely.
your post was completely organic. I mean, nobody asked you to do that. Nobody came to you and said, can you post? And you detailed out. And I really felt like it came from you to your other fellow shop owners. Because even on your YouTube channel, you talk to people and you really do say, I just want to help you change your life through this business. And so I really felt like that's why you did it. So I thought that was great because it will inspire some people. Do you guys want to add about, you know, how do they get out of the shop? How do they make that happen? You know what I mean?
Dustin, I just want to give you some props, man, because you are not the same person the second time. Every time I see you, you're more aggressive. You're asking the right questions. You're jumping in front of the camera. You're asking you know, different kind of questions, and that's the shows. You know, the first time you get blown, your mind blown by seeing too many people, too many things moving around, and then you get, you know, swept by just listening. The second time you come and say, oh, I wish I asked them about this. I wish I asked them about that. Then you ask the right question the second time, then the third time, then the fifth, you'll become a pro. You'll go there with an agenda. I want to do 1, 2, 3 the first day, the second day, and then the last day, I just want to go party and go have fun. And then
Great.
Thank you. Sometimes, like for me, I learn very differently than most people. Frankly, I'm not even sure if I learned properly, but maybe it's hands-on, maybe it's visual. I don't know. But I felt embarrassed the other day because I was asking or was telling Nicole about like, oh, I didn't know there was free online training for new employees. And I was telling my fiance about this, and she's like, yeah, you recorded a session about that at the expo. And I'm like, I did.
You did. You recorded a video with me. We sat for like 30 minutes and talked about it. And then
Well, the after thing. Embarrassing.
It's
So-
okay.
there's a training there for you already.
It's
You
the
don't have
fifth
to
time,
train them.
right? It's the fifth time, Ahmed. It's exactly what it is. And the more I'm involved with these kind of things, and the more I go to expos, I'll start picking up more and more and more. Because you're not going to pick up everything. There's
You're not
just
going to pick up
way
everything.
too much.
It's like, have you watched the movie twice and the second time looked completely different story than the first, because now you understand what's going on.
Especially the Disney movies as a adult, and you're like, oh, I didn't know that.
I don't know. Yeah.
So
Thank you, Dustin. Go ahead,
and
Tony.
I know that a lot of you, like, your ears perked when you heard free training. Yeah. So if you are not a Repairs First member, Dustin is a Repairs First member, so am I. And with Repairs First, we actually merged our platform, and it comes with a huge list of training. And one of those is about about 100 video training course for a brand new technician that you can just sit them down. So he's growing, and he needed a way to train them. And he contacted me, say, hey, I want to pay you to send somebody. And I was like, no, save your money. You just use our employee new hire, and it comes with your membership. And he was like, what? Yeah. So I turned away his money and reminded him that you get this with the platform, and then went through the platform with him. And that video sits on his channel.
Yeah. Reminded me when you said you have to watch that movie multiple times to understand something new every time. I'm actually going through that phase right now, watching the movie Scarface for the 1,550 times.
Yeah.
I'm literally watching it, and I'm like watching it over 1,000 times, and every time like you're learning something new. That is correct. You really and adding on to what Nicole said about going to the expos and how can you go to the expos and cover yourself with an employee at your store. I'll tell you that from my retail point of view. As you guys know, or if you didn't know, I also own a chain of cell phone locations, over 10 locations. And believe it or not, the first time we've been to an expo was in 2014 for the first time, 2 years after opening our first retail store. We had an employee, and we went to the CES. The CES was a more of technology expo. It wasn't to cell phones. After that, we started realizing that there is expo shows are meant specifically for cell phone repair shops. Throughout the time while we started going to more expos, we started realizing that every time we go to an expo, there is some things that are missing. And one of the main things that was missing was the one-on-one cell phone repair shop owners requests. And to be honest with you, this is one of the things why I became more interested in the GRE, the Gadget Repair Expo, is because this specific expo does focus on cell phone repair shop owners. This is not your ordinary corporate America expo show that we just want you to just show up there and for no reason. No, we actually see the results of you showing up there. This is the second GRE that's happening, and to be honest with you, I cannot even get enough of how much and how many customers I've met in the GRE in Atlanta this year, the first GRE that happened. And until now, I'm still in touch with multiple people that I've met in Atlanta, and they are business owners. Ahmed can probably recall one of them, which was Jonathan. He owns 13 cell phone repair shops in Joseph, I'm sorry, in California. The skinny guy.
Yeah.
Yeah, we met him there for the first time. He owns 13 locations, and this was his first expo in ever, ever, ever. And since then,
He's not he's not the same guy.
No, he's not.
He's not.
We've met again at the one that happened in June, and we met again in the one that happened last month in August. And he is attending the one in San Antonio. So there is so much that you are getting out of this show. This is, if you were telling me, I think last expo in 2014, my ticket was, I think, $395 or $495. This is a $99 ticket, guys. You're paying that. You're paying more than that for Disney. You know what I mean?
Right.
This is a place where you can come, bring your family as well if you want to spend more time, and earn and actually take your business to a whole different level. I cannot say enough on how much you will benefit out of expos, and specifically this one because it's meant for you. This is directly one-on-one meant for you if you are a cell phone repair shop owner. We're not fighting to look for corporates or anybody to show up. We want you, the cell phone store owner, that you've been in your same store for 10 years. And I've seen that. I've known people that's been in one store for 10 years. And my question always to them, why? Why? I've been in this retail industry for 11 years and I have 15 locations and I'm not working in any of them. How can I help you? How can we help you to get to that level? You know? So please show up to this expo, the Gadget Repair Expo, October 13th and 14th.
Yeah, it's going to be great. Okay. And Dima, right? Dima, I wanted to talk to you real quick. So you're personally not going to be at the expo. You're a part of the team that works with Mr. Fix, right? So you guys are going to have, even as a franchise company, you're coming there because you want to connect with fellow shop owners, right? And explain to them. So that's a big undertaking because you guys have multiple locations and you're having to leave, right? You guys are having to leave your locations running to go to the expo and talk to all of these shop owners. What do you think about an expo, even though you can't physically go yourself, but your team will be there?
Yeah, I'm thinking about the expo. It is a great opportunity to meet new people in the same wave, something like wave. Talk to them, find common language with them, and share his experience. Because first of all, I think we need more experience. Even if we have 10 years of experience, I think it's not so much, and we need to more grow up. And
you can always learn from people, even no matter how long you've been in it. And I know that Mr. Fix, you know, I've talked to the COO and the CEO, and you guys are very good at processes and systems, and you're going to be giving tips away at your booth about that. So someone can just stop by and say, hey, I'm a single unit owner. Can you give me some tips on that? You guys are going to be sharing that at your booth as well. So I'm excited for that. Now, I do want to announce something really quick. So we are doing a booth giveaway to a new vendor, has to be open less than 2 years, okay? An up and coming service provider or a vendor. It could be someone that does B2B services and someone's a micro solderer, or they do mail-in repairs, or they sell parts, but they've got to be less than 2 years open. And we really want to help some of these vendors that are really trying to kind of grasp and get a hold of the industry and never been to an expo, you know? And so we're doing a booth giveaway. Now, all you need to do is go vote. We are going to be, well, it's nominate. Sorry. You're going to need to nominate the vendor that you want to nominate. Now, remember, less than 2 years open, considered new, okay? So it needs to be a vendor that's really trying to get a foot in the industry and needs some visibility, and maybe they've never been to an expo, okay? You can go to the Gadget Repair Expo on Facebook. There is a post right now pinned to the top. All you need to do is enter the job form information and submit their information. Whoever gets the most nominations is going to receive the booth. We'll announce the nominee next week, Wednesday on live. So the voting is going to go on until Tuesday. And then Wednesday, we let you guys know who's won that booth. So go vote.
Quick question to Dima. Question: what is the website? What's your website, guys? www.
MrFix.us.
Mr. Fix USA.
US, yeah.
Mr. Fix US. Okay. How many locations you guys have?
10.
10 now, and you're looking to grow an open franchise. You become a franchisor. Is that what it is?
Something like that. We have something like a business structure that we growing about 3. Yeah.
Okay. Where are your locations? The 10 locations.
Richmond, Charlottesville. It is all the locations in the Virginia.
Virginia. Okay. Cool. All right.
Yeah.
Okay. Good stuff. I mean, this is it's and you're in Kiev, and you're representing the company here in the US, and you have so much knowledge about the business here in the US, being all the way far away in a country. But that's amazing. So if you can do it all the way from Kiev, there is no reason people here in America don't participate, correct?
Yeah.
There you go. I mean, I'm just being straight. I said, you know what? When people overseas see opportunity in the US, and some US people in the US not seeing the opportunity, it's a shame. That's what I'm trying to say. It is what it is. I mean, I'm a straightforward. I don't like to beat around the bush.
You're very straightforward. That's right.
I mean, people overseas owning companies here in the US, making money, and telling people come and invest in America, and they've never been in America. This is a system built. The U.S. has a system to build corporations, to build business, to make money. No matter how bad the economy, there is always money to be made in the U.S.
Always.
That's why I'm never going to go nowhere. I'm not going nowhere.
Right.
I'm here, baby. I ain't going nowhere.
But I mean, I just want to say, I mean, Ukraine is in a war right now, and he's sitting here on Zoom with us, and other people give us an excuse because they've got emails and phone calls to take. But yeah, we've got a man literally sitting in the middle of Ukraine,
Yeah. I am taking my dog for a walk. My cat is sick. My grandma has all those excuses. Come on, guys, you can do it.
7 a.m. is my yoga classes. I can't answer my call. I have to be
You will answer your phone when we call.
That's really great. Dustin, I got a question for you. Did you start doing finance in your store, or?
Not yet. No. I'm still there's only 3 of us working, and I haven't had a lot of time to concentrate and develop a system. And it's really hard. I'm working with a couple technicians that are from Venezuela and Peru. And so translating that lingo over to them, it takes time, and I need to get into it. But the financing looks absolutely amazing.
I'll solve that. So I'll solve that problem for you. You're not the one that's supposed to teach your employees how to do that. That's why you have a PayVantage and you have a SEMA. Have them find a Spanish guy to train your guys to make sales for you. And
look at that. Bam. Tony's dropping the bomb.
Look for solutions. You don't have to do nothing. Your job is to manage your business. Have reliable vendors, no matter what they are, parts, phones, financing. Have them do that job. They get paid to do that.
Right.
So get on the phone, tell them, if you want my business, train my employees. And I guarantee you they will do that. PayVantage, Brandon French flew one of his sales reps to Tampa for a week to train all my stores.
Wow.
So trust me.
Tony, dang it. Man, if I could just, how many times I've told people this? Do not buy from vendors who will not teach you how to use their product. Yeah. Like, if your vendor does not properly teach you how to sell their product, why are you even giving them your money?
If they're too busy for you, don't give them your business.
Don't give them nothing. Somebody else will take your money, and they'll teach you how to sell their product. It is so sad. We do consulting with shops, and a store owner will invest all this money buying this product, and then their people don't know how to sell it because no one's there to train them, and the company has no training. If you are a vendor and you are watching this, you need to invest in your training on your product, period. And if you don't want to sell,
last time I checked, a vendor that did not take care of his customers, last time I checked, the last vendor did not take care of his customers is not in business anymore. Mm-hmm. So Come to the expo. These vendors in this expo are investing money and time to come and meet you there as a store owner. So those are the vendors you really need to put your business with, because they are investing to come to these expos. They are investing money to come from Ukraine. They are investing money to come from any state, anywhere in the world, to invest in you as a store owner. So my advice, if my vendor is not putting the time and effort, I can tell you this. I had a vendor from China who I was dealing with for 9 years. Okay, and I had a vendor from the U.S. that had been asking me to give them their business for my retail stores, and I told them match the prices, and they matched the prices. They even went out of their way to give me better customer service and better line of credit with them. I reached out to China and I told them, can you match what this guy's offering me in the U.S.? They said, no, you lost my 9 years of business. So you are what the vendors are feeding off from. You know, if they don't acknowledge you as a store owner, if they don't respect your business, if they don't spend time over the phone guide you to how to make your business better, then you should not spend time with them or money with them.
Right.
I do have to admit
that. Yes.
And if you're a vendor watching this is something that you need to learn too.
You have a big shoes to fill.
I'm telling you right now, vendors need to learn. You need to have a program for your customers and their employees to take about your products. Yep. If you don't want to do it, Cellbotics does that also. I just had to throw that out there, okay? Yep. But you need to have a proper training for your customers, because when we do consulting with shops, we see this issue time and time again. The owners and the managers are trying to teach them something about a product that they themselves need to learn. So if you're a vendor, put some effort in between and behind that, and make sure you go to these expos. You can actually showcase your product there, how to use it, how to do it, you know?
I was going to say, I do tend to be terrible at execution. That's why I make it so important to make sure I get to the expos. Money's really tight right now. Business is a little slow, but I'm going to find a way. If I have to drive down there, I'm going to. If I have to put a tent outside, I'm gonna if I have to bunk with Ahmed,
Right.
No. So wait a minute. Are you saying you might not make it to the expo?
Oh, he's going.
Yeah, there's no way.
You're going, and after the call, give me a call. Let's make it happen.
Yeah, he's going.
Yeah,
he goes to every expo, but of course this one, because this is.
No.
This is all about.
Let me tell you this from owning retail stores. If I can sit here and tell you that if you're doing $30,000 to $50,000 a month, if you're adding financing, look, I'm not a financing vendor, so this is, and I don't get paid for it. So this is a true feedback from a cell phone repair shop owner. Financing will raise your business to 80% extra than what you're making right now. Healthier. And I'm talking about if you have a customer that you're about to sell them an 11 Pro Max for $650, and that customer is bargaining you down to $550, and you're about to lose $100 there, flip the script. If you approve that guy for $1,000, your job now is not to negotiate a $650. Your job now is to negotiate him to spend $1,000 with you. So you can not just sell the phone for the full price, but you can sell a case, a tempered glass, AirPod, a blue whatever, car charger, all that. So your job is to close $1,000 sale. So number one, you will eliminate the bargains and the cheap customers, because now you're giving them $1,000 to spend at your location. All it takes from you is probably 10 seconds to apply that application, man. I love you and all, but I can't stand excuses. You own a store, you have 3 employees in one location. It takes 10 seconds. Execute. You need motivations? Call Nicole, call Ahmed, call me, call anyone.
Except for Sundays.
I would love to help. I have no problem. I really like to see successful people, and you have one roof, you're already paying rent. So might as well add everything else in that one space. You're not paying no more rent. You're not paying extra rent, aren't you? To log into an extra link, you're not. So add as many as websites as you can to your computer to give you tools to make more money.
Yeah.
Tony, and you know what they do? Let me just add a little bit to Tony. Tony, 100%, 110%. You might approve the guy for $1,200. So you moved him from the $500 phone to the $1,000 phone.
Thank you.
That your number went up, and you can sell them accessories. You can do Bluetooth, dude. You go and to buy a car, and you think you're going to be approved for 10,000. They end up approving you for 30,000. You walked out with that cheaper car. You get what you want. The banker what decided where you go. That's what you need. You need to add a banker in your business.
To that point, multiple times people have been in a store, get approved for $1,500, and they only wanted $500. And at that point, you get the wife and the husband both a phone. They only wanted one phone in the beginning, and maybe an iPad or maybe a computer that's in for sale as well. So when they get approved for that amount, they're going to try to spend that amount. So that's the beauty of it. Exactly, Tony. I mean, it's a natural evolution of negotiating the price on cash or walking away from that negotiation and just giving them proof for 3 times as much.
Yep.
You'll probably be surprised at how many experience I get. Like every now and then, and I spoke to you, Jeremy, yesterday about every now and then I jump in the field. Like I would go to one of my stores and try myself. Do I still got it? Do I still have it? Do I still got the hustle going on? Last week, I stopped by a friend of mine who owns a Boost Mobile store. So he buys BYOD devices from us that are compatible with Boost. So I walked into the store. I sat down with him. Customer comes in to buy an iPhone 11. He had Metro PCS. So Boost Mobile had a special on iPhone 11s. So they had the iPhone 11 for $50. And that's one of the things I will talk to you about is add multiple things to your business, such as carriers like Boost Mobile, where you're able to get free phones to give to your customers and stuff like that. But I'll get to that in a minute. So the customer walks in, and he actually bought another iPhone 11. The iPhone 11 was $50 with Boost Mobile. So I'm talking to the store owner, and I said, "Hey man, why don't you try to get the phone that he has? It was an iPhone 11 with a cracked back. Tell him it's a trade-in value." He was like, "No, he's not gonna go for it." So the guy was Spanish, so I was like, "Hey, primo, come over here. You're gonna need to trade in your iPhone 11 that you have with you to get that $50 price." He says, "Okay." He gives me the iPhone 11 he has because I told him you're gonna pay $50 because of your iPhone 11. Long story short, 2 hours later, the guy was trying to log into his iCloud account. It didn't work. So I told him, he's like, "Can I buy my iPhone 11 back from you?" I said, "Sure. Give me $200. I'll give you your iPhone 11 back." The guy pulled $200 and he paid the store owner $200 for his iPhone 11 that he walked in there with. I took it from him as a trade-in value, and I gave him a case for it, and he wanted it back so he can get his information off of the phone. He paid the store owner $200 for the phone he owns. So I was like, salute to myself. I still got it. Let me walk out of here. So, man, look, there's no limits to what we do. And, the privilege that you as a store owner works behind the counter, man, it's a privilege not every store owner has. I don't have that. I wish I can have that. I wish I can clone myself 10 times to have a Tony in every store, but I can't do that. I think it falls down to you, to how you handle your store. And another issue that you could probably have, you might be too picky with your devices. You might not trying too hard with your customers. Please give it all. Every customer that comes to you is in your store for a reason. What is your business? What is your store business called, Dustin?
TechMD.
TechMD.
Yeah.
When I walk into your store, I did not get lost. I didn't try to go to Verizon and ended up to TechMD. I came to TechMD, right? So I am in your store for a reason, right? Take advantage of it. If the customer walks out of your store, it's your fault, not their fault.
Yeah.
That's really rare that a customer ever walks out. But
right?
sometimes
Justin's got this down.
You're right.
Justin's doing great. What are you talking about? I will tell you what we used to do is self-financing, and I wish that I had RTO back then. RTO makes it super, super simple to finance devices. And Dustin, I know we talked about that because you get that as a member also, and they pay your membership fee with Repairs First. So whenever you need help, Dustin, you already know how to reach me, just, and win, so we can always talk about whatever, but you're doing great. And I'm glad to hear that it was a part of, because of the expo,
Hey, Dustin, as a final note on that one, you're welcome to call me anytime about the whole waterfall thing, because when I say waterfall, what that means is when you got a customer in your store for financing, you're going to start up the top at like a SEMA, and then you go to PayVantage, because PayVantage, and then you can go to RTO. But one of those is going to give you a definite yes. The customer will never be denied.
Yeah, there's Smart Pay too. There's a Smart
No
Pay
matter
company.
what happens, you're going to get a customer finance.
What was the company that financed phones? I can't remember who they were.
Certified.
Certicell? You mean they did the yeah?
Josh Hamble.
Josh Hamble.
Yeah.
Yep.
That's
so does the consignment phones.
my biggest thing was capital, because I kind of laugh at my competition because they don't keep things in stock, and I usually keep 2 to 3
I
things.
have a solution. I mean, you can use Olympus Linden. They're going to be the show, correct?
Yeah,
so
they'll
Olympus
lend
Linden is a friend of mine. His name is Doug. They're more like BHAF. I don't know if you heard of BHAF previously. They will give you a capital. They will give you $10,000 to invest into cell phones. They'll give you a certain amount of time to repay them back with no interest. So let's say you want to buy $10,000 worth of phones and you don't want to pay extra because you're leased to own through the company itself. You can actually take the funds, invest them with a device vendor, save money on the cost of the devices, and sell them, pay them back within a certain amount of time with no interest or close to nothing. So they're called Olympus Linden. They will be at the GRE in October.
Hey, Tony, that's, in the business, it's called floor planning. So I'm sure that they are well familiar with that. So not only can you do phones, but you can do accessories. You can do other devices.
Our
as well.
classes. They're financing everything around cell phone repair. Classes, devices, inventory.
That's the
They
nice
are
thing
really
about Olympus
dedicated to
Linden. They will give you that cash money. So they will say, here's $10,000 and do whatever you want with it. Now, versus if you're going through a vendor who finances phones, for example, you're only limited to just devices. But Olympus Linden will give you the money until you roll with it. Get a new sign for your store, whatever you want to do with it. This is a loan, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
But we would take the cost that we would, factor into that, and we would take that cost and immediately pay the vendor or the lender, every time. So like if you sell an iPhone 11 and it costs you, $350, I'd automatically pay the lender, in this case, Olympic or Olympus?
Olympus.
We'd automatically just wire them that payment. So every time you sell and you wire it back, and then they're going to revolve that credit line with you continuously. So it's a great plan and definitely easy to get financing for yourself that way.
Why risk your money and you can risk someone else's money?
Yes, absolutely.
Unfortunately, I was stupid. Before I met Olympus at a different expo, I did a loan shark, and that was, I'm paying the price for that, but I didn't know I don't know. Nicole, did I miss it? Did they talk about financing for phones? Because we just was in a meeting with them last time.
This is America.
Yes, we did.
Yes.
I'm sorry, Dustin. It's okay. You're a man.
I missed that.
Excusing you.
I will call Doug and have a conversation with him about just exclusively financing for phones, because I want to focus on paying the other loan first before I do that. But I'd recommend Olympus because it sounds like they're really amazing for their rates. But these loan sharks that you see online, don't do it. That was a mistake. You shouldn't have done it.
Speaking of loans, I want to touch base on that. So, there's some great, you can get capital through Square. You can get capital through PayPal. It is a little bit higher, but if you do Square and you're using Square in your store for transactions, that comes out, every day. So that's really an impact that you're going to see. You're going to see a small percentage come out as a payment to Square. And I've seen businesses get approved like in minutes for $20,000.
Yeah, I do that. I use that. And it's really cool because I feel like I never pay it back because it takes like 10 or 15% off of each swipe. So every
Yep.
time, like you don't ever see the money. And so PayPal and Stripe have been great for me for working capital. I've used it for buying, big bulk, lots of devices when we moved, just random things that I don't want to spend my cash on. So people have this misconception that you take loans because you don't have money. But as a business owner, it's totally different. You leverage your credit to use money for things and leave your cash and savings or for payroll, things that, you really, you keep that there for. But yeah, you leverage credit. It's not because you don't have the money, and Tony's shaking his head. So I think he agrees with me.
Yes, absolutely. 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 To grow in this country, use someone else's money. Why use yours? Cash
Over the
is
years,
capital.
we've used PayPal many times to our franchisees and other stores. The company name that is backed by PayPal is called Loan Builder, and they're fantastic. So look into that. If anybody's looking for capital, which pretty much everybody is, somebody just popped up here, so they use Square Capital for their every loan in their business. It's pretty cool. So
It does help. It does help. You need cash. You need knowledge. You need, but cash is important. Needed.
Don't let lack of capital stop you. Go and get some capital, and we'll give you. Come to Repairs First. Call any one of us. Email any one of us. Come see us at the expo for sure. We'll give you some great advice and best practices on get capital and using that capital in a way that it can benefit your business continuously.
Yeah, we've even made an effort to make sure that you learn that at the show. So we have a man there that focuses on and helping small business owners build credit and then use it to get loans and then how to manage that money. And he's going to be talking about that. That's one of the speakers. So we didn't just go and get speakers who talk at you. Everyone that's there is bringing some sort of value that you need to know, something you need to know about. And then they're providing a document. So all throughout the expo are going to be QR codes. If you scan the code, you put your email in, and immediately you'll download a PDF for that topic. These QR codes are going to be all over the event, at every single speaker, at every single demo, and they're going to be a document that give you tips. Like if you watch a demo about refurb, there's going to be tips there on how to do that refurb process. And in that PDF, if you watch a credit repair, there's going to be a document about because a lot of times we listen to speakers and then we leave and we don't remember what they said or how to implement it. And that was really something that we wanted to fix and make sure that doesn't happen at the Gadget Expo. So you get to take this information with you.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Question to go.
Yeah, go ahead. I'm sorry.
No. Go ahead. I have a question.
What I say is, a lot of folks that we talk to said, I'm a one-man store. I can't get away. I used to be that person. This is back in the 90s, but I used to be that person. So what I would do is I would put my cell phone number on the door, and then you can use a Google number, whatever you want. But when you leave, I said, close for inventory. When you leave, they'll get to call you. And they'll go, hey, when are you open again? Blah, blah, blah. Well, I'll be open, in 2 days. However, please stick with me. What's the matter with the phone? What's going on? How can I help you? Well, it's not it's not an emergency. It's just a broken screen. Well, I'll tell you what. I'll give you another $20 off if you can wait till Monday. Come see me, and I'll be back in the shop. And so basically, I'd field all of my calls while I was out on the road at the expo, and I basically lost virtually nobody. As long as you're willing to talk and answer the phone, they're still going to be there on Monday when you show up back in your shop. So I can tell you, you've done this before. Is this something, Dustin, that you've used?
Yeah, I close all my shops if I have to. It doesn't make any sense to not go. If you could think of this as a business vacation, if you're just a solo shop owner, I've been there most of my life. You can just think of it as like, okay, yeah, I might lose $500 to $1,000 in sales that day. Okay, that's $2,000 vacation I need to go for those 2 days. It's going to be worth that vacation for the education that you're going to learn. You're going to only learn so much online, and making those network connections has been truly life-changing for me personally. So you guys just need to make it happen and get there and get the free tickets right now.
They're free.
Once you click on that and you make the tickets happen, if you don't show up, you don't show up. But if you show up, at least you save some money on the free tickets.
Right.
Find another business owner that's solo, network with somebody local and say, hey, let's go together. If you're one state away, drive. make it happen. You can do it. I'm considering driving from Utah just because I love driving.
Can I guarantee you that you will make that $2,000 you're about to lose in those 2 days?
Oh yeah, you definitely.
Well,
All you have
hey,
to do.
listen, you sent me an email and you said after you left the Gadget Repair Expo in Atlanta, your business went up like 60%.
Yeah.
That's
So
huge.
the key factor is I went from mobile to having a physical location. I got inspired to do that, and then just through other expos, and then I went to that expo, and I just seen soldering, and I had a guy who came from Venezuela. And he's like, I have 12 years of experience. I'm like, I don't know what to do with you. I don't even have advertised that kind of stuff. Well, 3 months later, I'm hitting $52,000, and he's producing half of it just from micro soldering.
Wow, that's fantastic.
Wow. And we've also expanded to we repair all gadgets, not just cell phones. We can do everything because there's any problems, we can micro solder our way out of the problem for the most part. And just keep on growing from there.
So to your point, you mentioned that if they're going to spend a couple $1,000 to come see it, look at what the takeaway for you was. You spent a couple $1,000 to come see the expo, but at the end of the day, your business has increased by tens of thousands of dollars over the last almost a year since the last expo, so 8 months.
Yeah, exactly. You need to learn to give up the control a little bit and hire. Even if I personally like to hire either green or extremely experienced, not somewhere in between. And for me, the new hire I just did, that's why I seeked out Nicole. And we're going to get her trained online. So I'm really excited to see how proper training looks like, because you can teach somebody how to fix something, but you're guaranteed to miss something. And with everything nice instructions. So then she gets great and she becomes a great technician. And then I don't have to be there as much at that particular shop. And I can rely on her to take care of things. And I'm only a phone call away.
Yeah, so Dustin, that new hire training is important for that core base. You still have to work with them, but then they get all the lingo and the tooling and grounding, all of that out of the way, and you don't have to break down all that stuff. I do want to be respectful of everybody's time. We have about 7 minutes. There is a comment. Somebody's asking, I'm a beginner. I live in Houston. I live in Texas. Would it be good to go? Get your tail to the expo, period. Yeah. I could tell you all day long to come to our course in Atlanta, but you're right there in Texas, and you're going to meet everybody that we introduce you to through the class. And you're going to learn all this stuff.
Let me say this. It's a shame if anybody in Texas doesn't make it to the show. Shame. like straight up. If there's a show in Missouri here in St. Louis, and I don't go to the show because I got busy here and there, that's a big shame. If you're in Florida, if we have the show in Florida, I know Tony will be there like in a heartbeat. You guys, it's right there. San Antonio.
I will
2 hours. Say what now?
I will camp in front of the convention.
You're in Texas right there. Just take that drive. I mean, just show up one day at least. I know once you see the first day, you'll be there the second day. There's a lot of surprises.
Let me put some facts on what Dustin said. Just 2 facts.
Go for it. Go ahead, Tony.
Fact number 1. If you are a store owner that works by yourself in your store is not doing $5,000 a day. Because if it was doing $5,000 a day, you could afford an employee. So your store is probably doing $500 to $1,000 a day. If it is doing $500 to $1,000 a day, I think you're able to risk that $500 to $1,000 a day. If you don't want to risk that $500 to $1,000 a day, this is what you do. Put a sign on your store. Say, looking for phones, scan this QR code. They'll apply for the finance. They'll get approved for $1,000. They will definitely come back to you in 3 days. Okay? Number 2, do you need a repair? Call me direct. I think you should be able to answer your cell phone in the Gadget Repair Expo. So tell them they can wait another 2 days. If they don't come back in 2 days, I think the first option with the finances can recover that money that you're about to lose, because you will have probably more people that do not finance with you or did not even know that you finance homes. So I'm assuming that if you lose $3,000 during these 2 to 3 days, I'm assuming that you will come back to $5,000 sales. No excuses. And then you're able to offer, have an employee for your next time we have an expo.
Mm-hmm.
Did I give you solutions?
I can guarantee you guys, I don't care how experienced you are or how little experience, you go to that expo, go to the presentations, go talk to the vendors, go talk to other shop owners like me. You're going to learn something for sure.
100%.
It's going to be valuable.
It's going to be amazing. So we have 4 minutes. Does anybody want to say anything else? QR codes are
Is
great.
there any questions?
No, we don't have any questions. I've been posting the comments. People are just saying, yay, they're excited. Hans has a store in Guatemala. So no, we don't have any questions though, but yes, Bradley, the QR codes are going to be awesome. Anywhere you see a QR code in the Gadget Repair Expo, scan it. It's going to be amazing.
Did that gentleman say Guatemala or something? He's somewhere.
Yes.
Where's? Okay. Well,
Guatemala.
make sure you fly to Texas and show up.
Right. Right.
Well, nothing. You
QR
have the
code
code down here at
QR
the bottom, the GRE free. Sorry, Tony. What was that?
No, you're good. No, this is what I'm talking about. QR codes. QR codes are so excellent to the point that I remodeled my entire booth at the expo with QR codes in it. So don't even ask me to grab a business card. Scan.
One QR code. Right.
Yeah. For all
I
you
live in Indiana. I'm looking to drive down there.
Yeah. For all you looking to drive down there, get on the Facebook forums and say, hey, I'm looking to drive down there. Who's with me? Let's split the gas.
Yeah.
Yeah. Also, Nicole, you found some great deals on Airbnb, didn't you?
I did. Airbnb. I'm going to add it up to the website now. You guys, if you think the hotels are priced too much, trust me, look for Airbnbs. They have some amazing homes. I got a home for the Celbotics team, and it's beautiful, but they're very inexpensive. They're like $160 a night for a house, and you can have multiple bedrooms. We got a 3-bedroom, 3-bath, 2-story house. The total stay for all my team was like $700. It wasn't even a lot. And think about if I would have got 3 separate rooms for 3 nights, that would have been so much more. So look at your Airbnbs and yeah. So anything else before we go? Get your free ticket.
Yeah, just the new guy. I can't remember how. Is it Demi? Is that how you say your name?
Dima.
No one asked these questions, so I figured. Just real quick, do you do glass separation, micro soldering? What phones do you work on? What's common?
Computer.
We don't do glass separation, micro soldering. We have some techs, but for now they live in another state, and unfortunately, for now we don't do such repairs. But we are looking for the techs, and I think in the future we can do it because we have almost all equipment that tech needs for soldering. So that's why I think
Dima, let me ask you a question. Why invest in your company versus other franchisees or franchise companies in the US? You know, there's multiple franchise cell phone repair businesses. What are you offering that is different? Do you have any rules and regulations of selling devices? Do you have a specific vendor to buy parts from? What separates you from other cell phone repair franchise businesses?
I think we have vendors. We can provide the data base of learning. We have a lot of experience.
You know what, Tony? We'll let them describe that at the event because they're actually going to have representatives there. So they'll actually have people there talking about all of this.
Okay,
you know
nice.
what I mean? Yeah. So it's there's a lot when you talk about converting.
One advice before you go. one advice before you go: if you think you learned everything, you never stop learning. This is what I learned from the last. This is what I learned from the last expo. QR codes, guys. I even made my own pins with QR code business cards.
I like that idea.
I learned that in the last expo, and I've been in this industry for 15 years. Do not give up expos. I still learn, guys. As much as I give information, I still learn. And I learned that QR codes are the shit. You know, Nate told me that. So, you know, please, every time you come, there's something new in this industry. Don't you either adapt to the new market or die and get out of the market and lose.
And don't forget, go vote for a new vendor. Go to Gadget Repair Expo Facebook page, and we will announce the winner next week for a free booth. And we will see you guys Wednesday, 2 p.m. Eastern Standard Time here again. See everybody at the expo.
Thank
See
you,
everybody. See you. See you, everybody.
Bye, everybody. Thank you for being on. Bye.